What is up, everyone? We are back working on the Miata. Plugged in the battery because I'm still like, I just want to know what the hell changed. So I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of testing to make sure everything's still working. We're gonna be doing the valve cover gasket and the spark plugs. We are gonna be removing these boys here. This guy was just held on right here with this little clip, as well as this guy over here. We removed that guy. Pretty sure this can come out too, but we don't need to take that out. Next, we are gonna remove the spark plug wires. Just make sure you label each wire. Like, luckily these ones have numbers on them, and I know which ones are like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I made this little diagram here. 4, 1, 2, 3 is where the wires plug into, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 is where the wires go into the engine. Before I go ahead and do any more with valve cover gasket, I'm gonna put those spark plugs in just in case anything falls down there. I don't want it to be going into the cylinder head. So I also want to do a compression test though to see how the compression is on the cylinders. I'm a bit of an idiot. Like 2 weeks ago when I went to go get the compression test tool, I brought my air conditioning filler valve thingy. So no compression test for me today. So let's just install the plugs. I checked the gap on all of them and everything is good. These are iridium plugs. I don't have grease to put on these, so I'm just gonna kind of install them dry. Now I know this is overkill, but I'm gonna torque all these down to 15 foot-pounds just because last thing I wanna do is screw something up here. I've dealt with enough electrical problems. I don't need to do anything else. I'm just gonna finish removing these spark plug wires now. Ooh. Oh my God. I should really be replacing these. I would have to order them. I haven't done that yet, so. Oh my God. Okay, maybe that one's gonna stay in. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the 10mm bolts that are holding in the valve cover gasket. So I have these 2 bolts here I'm thinking about removing. Oh my God. Jesus f***. What the heck's going on here? That is on there, boys. Okay. Okay, well I was able to get them off. I really had to like really pull on it, but I got it. Hurt my arm a little bit when the bolt finally did break. I just removed this guy. No problem. There's definitely some sticks and stuff over here, which I want to eliminate from the engine bay as soon as possible. Just put the blow on it. Definitely don't think that's a good idea. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean off all the grime and stuff that's on there right now. So I got the valve cover off here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and kind of clean up the edges with any grime. Surprisingly, the valve cover gasket actually looked pretty good. I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver, this little tiny guy here, but I'm gonna wrap it in some paper towel so I don't scratch anything and possibly make some grooves that oil can come out of and making the gasket not sit straight. So I went ahead and sprayed down the valve cover so that's just drying in the sun. While I was waiting, I went ahead and scraped all of the gunk off the edges here. I'm going to be putting some gasket maker in some of the corners, and there was previously gasket maker put there. I was very careful to make sure stuff just didn't go into the engine bay, and honestly patience is just really what made it work. I did a mistake. I removed these little plates from the valve cover. I would recommend against that because it was a pain. I didn't realize that they were all gasketed down, which then resulted in me in scraping all the gasket off because a lot of it came loose, and that took like almost 20-30 minutes. The only reason I took them off was because I noticed there's water in here when I tried to rotate it. That's just a little tip for me. Don't remove that. Just honestly wait the extra time. And honestly, patience is just really what made it work. Now I'm gonna try to smooth it out with like just a screwdriver here in certain spots. Now it says to put it on both sides. I don't really want to, so I might just put a very thin layer. See, we have our new gasket here. What we're gonna do is basically just go around pressing it into the holes. Now in these corners here, 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 I'm gonna add a little bit of that gasket maker just because I've heard these areas can get compromised sometimes. Press the gasket in as we go. There we go. I'm gonna clean up some of the gasket that kind of seeped over a little bit. Just the big drips really, not the whole thing, because more gasket's better than none, right? Gave it a couple minutes. I don't want it to dry too much because I wanted to compress it. Just gonna put a little bit of gasket maker in some of those corners that I did before. Now we gotta just line up the gas or the actual thing. Carefully drop it down. Make sure nothing's in the way. we go. We're gonna go ahead and just hand tighten these bolts down. Now there is a pattern which I'll show on screen now on how you're supposed to tighten these guys. So it's a little bit more specific. Yeah, so you guys saw it. We snapped 2 bolts. Oh lordy lord. I don't know why. I mean, it said torque at this 40 to 73. And first bolt I was at 60, and then second bolt I was at 40, I think, or 50. So it's like I really wasn't that. I was at the top end of the torque. So I don't know. Now I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do next. Okay, so we are gonna pretend like I didn't snap 2 bolts, and I didn't just go buy 2 bolts that aren't the same but should be good enough. My mistake that I made, couldn't figure it out for a while, but it was foot inches, or not foot inches, is it foot inches? No, sorry, inch pound, or inch pound? Oh, whatever. It's inches, not feet. So I snapped 2 bolts, and we're gonna now put the valve cover on, so let's do it. Okay, so the valve cover is back in, but we have one of the extra bolts here and there. I thought it might be best to kind of put them across from each other. So we did the pattern, which is basically 1, 2, going around this way, and then coming back up this way. So it is foot inches. I was doing 50, I think I did 60 foot inches, or foot pounds the first time, and it was supposed to be 5 foot pounds, 6 foot pounds at the maximum. And I did 60 foot pounds, so obviously I over tightened it. We reinstalled this hose. I was about to reinstall this guy until I noticed that it's cracked, so great. So I'm just gonna install it anyways and then come back and fix that later.